Hello everyone, welcome back. So today's video in the 30-day video challenge is going to be about why you should take a break so that you can recalibrate and refocus your life. So what tends to happen, and just in discussions today as well at work, talking about McNally High School has got a career day coming up. What tends to happen is you start to move down a path in life, and for many people, they don't really question why they're going on that path. Particularly many students. I know I've talked to a number of students, my time in Leduc, where in the discussion you discover that the reason this student is going down the path they're going down is because maybe their parent wanted them to do this thing, because they thought there was some sort of prestige in it, or they feel some sort of pressure to do what their friends are doing. And if I'm being honest, none of those reasons are really good reasons to pursue a path in life. Why are they not good reasons? Well, essentially you are doing something for reasons that are outside of your own. And not to be mistaken with, kind of charity work where you're doing something for someone else. In this sense, like choosing a career path because of those three reasons we mentioned, you're basically choosing what your life is going to look like because of external influences. And what that's eventually going to do is it's going to create like a degree of resentment inside of you, because when things get difficult, what you might find is that you don't have the intrinsic internal kind of drive to finish the thing that you're doing. A great example of that would be, myself being from Pakistan. I know a lot of people from Pakistan and India, they might feel that push from their parents, from, their community to either become a lawyer, an engineer, a doctor, some sort of prestigious, high-paying career. And, you come here, and even wherever you come from, these schools, these processes are incredibly competitive. And so if you don't have that right kind of value alignment where you're doing the thing because you want to do the thing, because maybe you see yourself doing this thing, it's just going to create resentment inside of you where now you're kind of miserable, and maybe because you're miserable, you're not doing what you need to be doing, which is studying hard, especially in those professions. And, maybe you're using kind of toxic or destructive coping mechanisms to resolve that kind of misalignment of values, right? Maybe you're like this, you're not aligned, right? You're not kind of in focus. Maybe that's your case, where you are doing things because other people are doing them and you don't know what you want to do. That's why, the emphasis of this video is take a moment to take a break and kind of reflect. So in our culture, not a lot of people take time off in between high school and university. They basically finish school in June, and next September they're enrolled and registered in 3 to 5 courses at a post-secondary institution. And some people will absolutely benefit from that. Some people know that they want to get into a particular trade, a particular profession, a particular field. Maybe they want to do graduate work as well, so a master's or a PhD, and they want to become researchers, scientists, whatever it is. Some people have that drive, and this isn't necessarily for them at this point in their life. This is for the people who don't necessarily know what they want, or went down a path and realized that maybe that it's not the most aligned path with who they are, what their skill set is, what their personality is, what they enjoy doing, and what brings value. Which is obviously, if you've been following with the series, it's been a big kind of conversation and for myself internally, that is teaching the right profession for me. And so just to reiterate, for myself and teachers, fortunately, we get this 2-month, kind of more like 6 to 7 week period where you do have an opportunity to slow your life down, to recalibrate and rethink the direction of your life. This past summer was more so really questioning my assumptions of, is the teaching profession really it for me. And in life, you really got to continue to recalibrate and refocus. The reason being, if you're learning and growing, you're changing. And so the person you are at 18 who decided to go into engineering school is not the same person you are when you're 20 and just not enjoying it. And, you've had 2 more years of experience. The person who, went into, university, finished their degree and started working a job, whether it was in their field or not, at 25, they're not the same person they were when they were 22, when they graduated roughly. You finish high school, you take 1 or 2 years off to work as many different types of jobs as you can, to get as many different new experiences as you can. Maybe you travel, maybe you get involved in community or religious groups, you volunteer, you expose yourself to this new environment, because once you leave high school, the structure is gone. And for many people, they kind of fall apart and they crumble, right? School doesn't prepare you to not have structure. Basically prepares you to be in a structured environment, like a work environment. And so learning things about yourself is kind of the most valuable education you'll get, right? This self-education in what interests you, what gets you out of bed in the morning, what moves you, what do you absolutely hate, right? Because maybe that's a little bit easier to figure out. Some people know for sure, oh, I never want to work for another person again. I will do whatever I have to get this business going off the ground and to make as much money as I possibly can. These are very important lessons. And the only way we really integrate this information and recalibrate ourselves is by taking that break, putting our life on pause, and taking maybe 4 to 8 to 12 weeks to reconsider what direction we want to move in. This is a very popular technique used by many high performers in the world. I want to say I probably learned about this primarily initially from Tim Ferriss, where he recommends a sabbatical, taking maybe 6 months off every 2 to 5 years, right? Whatever pace you can figure it out. And if it's once every 5 years, then maybe taking a whole year off and just considering where is your life at and where is your life going to be going and where would you like it to go and what do you need to get it going in that direction. And so to summarize, I would encourage anyone watching this, whether you're one of my students, former students, just take the time to consider, when are you building in breaks into your life that allow you to reflect on where you've come from, where you are, and where you're going. Because those decisions are going to really make or break your life in regards to how much you enjoy it, how much meaning you have in it, whether or not, you're miserable all the time or not. These big decisions are the ones that, you aren't really prepared to make through your traditional education. And it's kind of one of those, you got to take the leadership on your own. You have to take that accountability of your life to essentially get the results you want. Okay, thank you for listening. This is day 3. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care. Bye.